These giant cuttlefish are more closely related to snails than they are to humans. Yet every time I look at them, I catch myself wondering what they're thinking behind those huge alien-looking eyes. So I followed them around, and slowly but surely, I started to understand what was going on in their little worlds. Right off the bat, I started to recognize their hunting behaviors. Beyond just changing colors, cuttlefish can change their skin texture with tiny organs called papillae. When they start to blend in with the algae and raise their arms out in front of them, that's the sign they're trying to ambush something. I didn't manage to film a successful hunt, but I did manage to see it happen right in front of me. Then when the cuttlefish was done eating, it spat the scales out as it swam along. Another way cuttlefish use their color changing is when they're sizing up their rivals. Males will often do this colorful dance, and it's quite counterintuitive that cuttlefish would use colors in their territorial displays because they're widely considered to be colorblind, with only one type of photoreceptor in their eyes. But a 2016 study found that their unique eye shape may allow them to perceive color information by using chromatic aberration. Then, as I was following one cuttlefish in the shallow, it did this, as if it was trying to hide. Then I noticed this human walking along the rocks on the shore, and I realized it must have gotten spooked. And how crazy is it that the person standing right there probably had no idea they were right next to a giant cuttlefish. I could spend all day watching these magnificent creatures, but by the time I get out of the water, I'm usually shivering uncontrollably from the cold. But for what could be my favorite animal on the planet, I'd come back again every winter.